Beatrice Sabana, David Gedere, James Bwatuti, Charles Mushiri, Ndwati Karaoke, Ann Mutahi, Arun Devani, Honorable Francis T. Nyamo, Major Retired William Kamunge, Lucy Kambuni, William Lay, Rose Kimotho, Andrew Enisklen, Jim Nambaru, Dr. Nelson Githinji, Walter Okok, Kevin Desai, Bob Karina, Mugo Kibati, Lydia Koros, Evans Munari, Engineer Julius Ryungu, Karithi Murimi, Kelly Kilu, Dr. Martin Odor Otieno, and Dr. Cleopa Mailu. May you please be upstanding and come up to the front. Just, you can file. I think you should file on the... No, just come up to the front. I will invite Your Excellency to present. He'll only present one as a symbol, not to everybody. Please line up. Please go to the podium. Come to the podium. Come to the podium. Please come to the podium. Thank you. I love working with the private sector. They move fast. Please come. Please file for the photo. Come onto the podium. Your Excellency, I will ask that you present a symbolic one, and I'll ask Arun Devani if he's here, or Dr. Martin Odor Otieno will receive it on behalf of everybody. A big round of applause. Thank you very much. These gentlemen have served KEPSA with distinction. They have been of service to this country, and it's only fitting that we give them another round of applause. Asanteni sana. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, directors. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please exit on the left. Your Excellency, I'll ask you to remain there, respectively, so that we can present the next group. Thank you very much. You can tell our president is a private sector man. So, Your Excellency, thank you for waiting there. The next group I'm calling are the past chairs and vice chairs of KEPSA. You are 8 of you. Lee Karori, Karanja Kabage, Patrick Obath, Mike Eldon, and Lucy Karume. And Winnie Kinywa, please come for the photo op with the president. And thank you very much for what you have done. Please come. Yeah. Very good. Those are the chairs and the vice chairs of KEPSA. Please give them a big round of applause. And Lee Karori is going to receive on behalf of the group, and the media is going to take a photo. Lucy Karume, please come. A big round of applause for them again. Those are the giants of private sector. Thank you. Last but not least, thank you very much. The last group I would like to acknowledge and who will get a symbolic award is the founders of KEPSA. These are the founders of KEPSA. They are the elders who brought us together and said, we should not be going to government as individuals, we should be going as a group. Manu Chandaria is not here with us, but allow me to start with Chairman Chris Kirubi, Ambassador Dennis Awori, Mr. Isaac Awondo, and Mr. Joe Wanjui, who are in the audience. Please come up to the front for a photo op, and thank you very much. I will ask Chairman Chris Kirubi to receive it on behalf of all founders of KEPSA. And if you see the gentlemen at the podium, they have served Kenya in many other capacities, as ambassadors, as chancellors of universities, as chairmen of special committees, and they've done a sterling job. Makofi tafadhali. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairman. And may I ask Carol now to present to our president a special book from KEPSA in recognition of his support to the private sector, his belief in the private sector, and it has his forward also. Thank you very much, Mr. President. A big round of applause as Carol does that. Okay. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. You may take your seat. My job is done. I will only close by saying the road to success is always under construction, and we in the private sector continue to believe in the results of government, and we are very optimistic of the future. Thank you very much.
May I call, on behalf of the partners, may I call upon the Director of the World Bank for Kenya, Rwanda, and Eritrea, Ms. Diarietou Gaye. Je vous en prie, Madame.
Good afternoon, everybody. Your Excellency, President Uhuru Kenyatta, Your Excellency, President Mahinda Rajapaksa, it's really a pleasure to be here today, and it's doubly a pleasure because I have the President of Sri Lanka in this room, and Sri Lanka was the country I was in before I moved to Kenya. So let me not be long because I think we would like to leave this excellency, go to their next function. I just wanted to say congratulations to KEPSA for 10 years of helping this country build a very strong and very resilient private sector. So congratulations for you. There was a thing I wanted to say quickly is about what is it that the World Bank is doing with KEPSA. And we've been involved with KEPSA at least at 3 levels. The first level is in strengthening the capacity for economic policy and strategy analysis, and the preparation of an economic outlook policy note with KEPSA. So we've done that. The second is that we've been partnering with KEPSA on strengthening the public-private sector dialogue in order to improve Kenya business environment. And this is an area where I think there still is a lot of work to do, and that's something that in the year to come and months to come, we would like to really focus on. Third, we have partnered with KEPSA in the implementation of training and internship for unemployed and underemployed youth under the Kenya Youth Empowerment Project that Carol mentioned in her introduction. Through careful impact evaluation of the project activities, I'm sure lessons will be developed to design future youth skills and employment programs that will strengthen the partnership between private sector and government to address one of the biggest issues this country still faces, and I mean youth employment. This program, if successful, could be rolled out nationwide to support the integration of millions of youth into the mainstreaming economy. Your Excellencies, with the new constitution, the devolution agenda introduces new opportunities and challenges as counties assume regulatory function that will impact businesses. KEPSA has therefore a crucial role to play in partnering with both national and county authorities to recommend and implement bold and far-reaching business environment reform that will help Kenyan firms become more competitive, increase productivity and exports, and create more and better jobs. Finally, in the interest of time, let me conclude by saying I would like to reaffirm the World Bank Group commitment to support KEPSA and the private sector in general, and that jointly with other development partners, to build on its achievement and increase its presence and voice, including at country level, while at the same time attain financial sustainability and provide thought leadership on key economic issues. Once again, let me congratulate the Kenyan private sector, KEPSA, and the government of Kenya, and thank you for the opportunity to be part of today's celebration. Asante sana.
Je vous en félicite, Madame. Next is our Cabinet Secretary for Industrialization and Enterprise Development, Mr. Aden Mohammed.
Your Excellency, President of Kenya, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, President of Sri Lanka, Honorable Mahinda, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to congratulate KEPSA for the 10th year anniversary, and I'm really pleased to be amongst, close friends who I have had the opportunity to work with some times back. One of the things, Your Excellency, since you've asked me to have responsibility for the private sector issues within government, that I have discovered is a number of issues. There's always been perception about government and private sector working together, and I've had a number of opportunities to look myself in the mirror and say, was I the same person talking about government on the other side? One of the things that I have discovered, Your Excellency, is the amount of shared vision and shared objectives between the private sector and what government is trying to do. And I'm really, really pleased that what private sector, especially KEPSA, has been able to achieve over time has been incredible in driving our private sector agenda and the contribution that private sector is making to our economy in this country, something that I think all of you deserve a round of applause. So well done to the KEPSA people. The other thing, Your Excellency, that private sector have also shared a lot is a significant number of positive developments that the government have done, especially in the last 6 or 9 months on areas of infrastructure and others. And I know there's a lot more that we could do together to improve on things that can drive our private sector agenda going forward. If there is one thing, Your Excellency, that I would like to say that private sector needs most based on my interaction with them, it's really about the level of access and interaction with the government officials at the right level. And I know my cabinet colleagues have given opportunities, permanent secretaries as well, and today you have come here to see what is going on, and you've committed to the quarterly presidential roundtable. And so your commitment itself says a lot. We really appreciate. And whilst I know today we may not have you within the roundtable, which, by the way, is going to continue with all the cabinet ministers that will be remaining behind, I want to say thank you very much. And if we can do more of this interaction, I think we'll drive the agenda of our country very, very, very far. So with those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our President, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. Let me begin by apologizing for rushing you all today, but our visitor needs to see a part of the country. I think you will agree with me that we have kept him busy for the last 3 days, and I think as he prepares to leave tomorrow, it is befitting that he also gets a chance to see part of this country. Your Excellency, the President of Sri Lanka, Mr. Vimal Shah, KEPSA Chairman, Karo Karaoke, the Chief Executive Officer, ladies and gentlemen, let me say that it does give me great pleasure to be with you here today on what indeed is a momentous occasion. The Kenya Private Sector Alliance is young, 10 years, and I have had the opportunity to work with you, both as Deputy Minister when I was in the Minister of Trade, and also as Minister of Finance. This is a great occasion, not only for those who are gathered here, but also for the entire country, especially coming at a time when we are celebrating our 50 years of independence. I strongly believe that Kenya is indeed the place to be during this particular period. I am glad to be here and to be part of this historic moment as the country enters another phase of our growth. I want to take this very early opportunity to congratulate you, KEPSA, and the entire business community for the role you have all played in the growth of our economy over the past decade. This country has made tremendous growth, not only in the private sector, but also in the economy as a whole. And I believe that this is a factor largely attributed to our country's private sector led by KEPSA. So congratulations to you all. As a government, we recognize your efforts towards the development of this nation. I believe special recognition goes to KEPSA's role in youth empowerment and employment. With KEPSA's intervention, the Kenya Youth Employment Program, as we heard earlier, was launched, and today approximately 10,000 youth are getting trained through internship programs in various sectors. My government lauds KEPSA for successfully implementing this project since its inception. This is a program that will no doubt go a long way in empowering the youth who make this country's future. Ladies and gentlemen, the country's energy sector remains a key developmental tool, and the energy demand still remains high, with more industrial processes increasing. I am grateful to see, and this is a drive that we are pushing for, private and public companies entering into partnerships to support the energy sector. With such partnerships, the cost of energy is set to drastically drop and hence promote more trade. These partnerships could not be possible were it not for the efforts made by KEPSA, and we all need to be grateful for this. Members of the private sector, let me say, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, I believe, and I said this the other night, we all just need to take a big pause and give ourselves a very huge thumbs up. Let's not continue hammering ourselves down. You have played a huge part in your 10-year journey, and that has brought about much visible change. So let's not beat ourselves too much. We have done well, and you have done well. You are part of a journey of winners. This country is winning, and our people are winning. We are better today than we were 10 years ago. And I believe this goes in good part to the successful relationship that we have enjoyed as a government with the private sector. This is not to say that we are without challenges. We still have our challenges, but I believe we can overcome these challenges as we move forward. The action for the people must continue. We must continue building our roads. We must continue the transformation of agriculture, We must continue the creation of jobs because we are not turning back. We have made promises and we intend to keep our promises. We will continue to attract investors where we can, and we are grateful, Mr. President, for coming with your delegation, and mine is to assure you that we will do everything we can to facilitate them to partner with our people and to invest in our country, because investment means more jobs for our people. We will continue to build more roads. We will continue to transform agriculture. We will continue to emphasize developing the skills of our young men and women, because all of this will create wealth and opportunity for our nation. In conclusion, let me once again assure you of my government's commitment to supporting the private sector, as promised in our meeting in May this year. We will continue with the spirit initiated by the former government to ensure peace and an enabling business environment is maintained throughout the country to allow business to thrive. We shall continue to offer incentives and enact legislations aimed at reducing the cost of doing business. We were supposed to sit today and have a round table, but I'm sure you will agree with me and you will allow me to escort my good friend. Yeah? So I don't think he needs to endure, us doing our internal issues. So we have agreed with Vimal and Karaoke that we will meet in January. And one of the things I want us all to think about, and I like the statement that you've said, is that we need to work together to see how we can not only focus on reducing the cost of doing business, but also removing some of the totally unnecessary bureaucracy that makes us less competitive. We have, with very little investment, just a bit of focus, managed to have a lot of improvement in our port. I believe the same is possible in terms of removing some of the bureaucracy that slows down business processes in this country. And this really is what I want us to set ourselves as a target for next year, that by the time we're meeting again, some of those things should be done. So I encourage you to start discussing. All the CSs involved are around here. They're not going to the Mara, so you can continue chatting with them and getting a way forward so that when we meet in January, we actually have some action points that we can begin taking. God bless you. I wish you all the very best. I look forward to working with you, and I take this opportunity, as I keep saying, it's coming time for me to take leave. I've been working too hard this year. I need 2-3 weeks off. So I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous 2014. Thank you very much.
May we all now be upstanding as the Excellencies leave at their pleasure.
Can I request all the current KEPSA directors to